Now, Nate, here's something else that'll make some headlines, okay? This will
Yeah.
get the dirt sheets going, the websites. What is your take on Dave Meltzer, the wrestling newsletter guy, Wrestling Observer, his 5-star system for matches? I've never thought it mattered worth a damn. I think it's an artificial way to kind of prop up. I mean, I don't think that's what it's all about. I think it's about emotion. I think it's about connection. I think it's about how many people watch it. But what's your take on his 5-star rating system for matches? And I'm asking you as someone who had a ton of 5-star matches.
You know, here's a when me and Bret Hart used to be going at each other, right? And then finally Dave named an award after me. It's the Lou Thez Ric Flair Award, right? So,
well, that's my point. If anyone could comment on this, it's you.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm saying that I can't ever heel on Dave. You know what I mean?
I'm not asking you to heel on him.
Mark, think about this. You got out of that business. But if there's two people that can comment and talk about wrestling that have studied it, watched it, sat back and lived in it, sacrificed their families almost like a wrestler to study it, it's you and Dave Meltzer. So that's why Dave, I think it's great because it drives the kids crazy to this day. What Dave says, you know what I mean? And it's just one opinion, but apparently, who knows? I mean, it's like you, Mark. Somebody was saying something about you. You told me about never being able to replace Bobby Heenan. You never said you were going to.
Well, no, and
but you did a damn good job of it.
Well, I did my best. I'm not Bobby, but
first of all, Bobby Heenan is one of the top 2 or 3 most entertaining people in the history of our business.
No question.
They don't make Bobby Heenans anymore. They just don't.
No question.
They don't make Gene Okerlunds anymore.
Oh,
sorry.
No doubt about that. Now, but the thing about the star thing, and I'm not, hey, Dave's carved out an unbelievable career covering wrestling.
Yes.
And he deserves all the credit in the world for that. I just don't like the star thing. I mean, like, I'll give an example. Britt Baker, after she wrestled Thunder Rosa in what was probably the first women's bloodbath ever, there's a video of her coming through the curtain and saying, I wonder how many stars Meltzer will give that. And you know what? I love Britt Baker, and I've seen her since the very beginning of her career at IWC Wrestling, an indie show here in Pittsburgh, and I love her to death, and I think she's the cornerstone of that women's division. I'm not sure that's what she should be caring about.
But that's a discussion you have to have with Britt Baker.
Oh, I know.
Hey, listen, we all lived and died by what Meltzer said in the day.
Really? You took it that seriously back in the day?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
If somebody was saying Roddy Piper was better than me, I was pissed.
No, I'm talking about this. I'm talking about the stars, the star rating. Huh? I'm talking about, did you take the star system seriously?
Oh, no, I didn't pay attention to that, but everybody paid. Anybody that says it, any wrestler in the 80s or 90s that said they don't pay attention to Dave Meltzer.
No question. You're right.
And if today said they didn't, they're full of shit.
See, here's where I get thrown for a loop, though. Full Gear was a great...
Dave can make people drink at night, amongst other things.
Well, no, you're right about that. And here's the thing, and I'm going to come off like a jerk saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Like at Full Gear, Dave gave, like, I forget how many of the matches 5 stars or above. And by the way, if 5 stars is the top, you can't go above, but he does. But like now, like Kurt Angle never had a 5-star match. And now the guy dressed as a dinosaur in AEW had one. And I don't get that. I mean,
Kurt Angle never had a 5-star match?
Never had a 5-star match, according to Dave.
Huh.
Whereas Luchasaurus in that tag match. And by the way, I'm going to apologize right away because I think Luchasaurus is awesome. The act of Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and Marco Stunt when he's healthy is one of the best acts AEW has. And full disclosure, Nate, we talked earlier about Jay Lethal having blown me off.
Yeah.
I blew off Luchasaurus when AEW was in town. I felt terrible after I was told because he didn't have his mask on. I didn't recognize him. And I think he's great. So Luchasaurus, if you're listening or if anybody speaks to you about this, I apologize. You're great. That was a great match at Full Gear. But I don't know. I don't think every match there was a 5-star match.
Yeah, I can't. I was traveling. I was working that weekend. And I didn't get to see it, so I can't answer that. That's the
Well,
one that
no,
was
let
in
me ask you
Minneapolis.
this though. Like with the
Mhm.
5-star matches, everybody remembers the series you had with Steamboat in '89, and we'll talk about that
Yes.
at length at some point.
Yes.
But when you wrestled in the Mid Atlantic, you probably had what 20 matches that were better than those matches just at house shows. And I remember at your 70th birthday party, I sat down with you and Steamboat, and boy, what a thrill that was for me as a total mark for those matches. And Ricky said the same thing.
Yeah. Well, we just sometimes you come across an opponent in your career that it's like that. I have said this. The only two people I've ever seen. I've seen. Let me think. Let me get this right. I think that what Steamboat and I had is shared by Charlotte and Sasha.
Yep, yep,
I think it is shared by HBK and Undertaker.
yep.
Um, and I can't think of too many others right now currently that have had that kind of chemistry where they could just go and not talk. I mean, just you just feel the flow. That makes sense. I think at this point in time, and they'll run it again. That's why they're the two best. Sasha and Ashley will have another huge run together.
No
I
question.
mean,
And not just
because
one more. Not just one more. They're going to do it for 10 more years if that's what they want.
that's what I'm saying. But I mean, that match is so good, you want to watch it every week. It's the best match. And I call Sasha Steamboat. I say, Steamboat, how you doing? She laughs. No, she is. I mean, she's that damn good.
But you know who's close to her in terms of wrestling? Ashley is Asuka.
Yeah. Oh God, Asuka's
We forgot to
incredible.
mention her last week as one of the top women
I know.
performers because she's
Yeah.
hurt right now, but she is
Yeah.
among the very, very best.
Yeah. That was my bad. And then we got off, and you said, Rick, what about? I said, damn it, it's my bad. She, it's funny. Ashley would say to me, Dad, God, I'm wrestling Asuka. I don't think I can keep up with her. That's a compliment and a half, right? Because Asuka brings a style so unique, so authentic, and so real. And that match that Ashley had at WrestleMania, they stole the show. I mean, they just flat out stole the show, like Becky and her did last night.
Well,
I
my
mean,
my my dream,
there was a time we didn't talk about the girls.
right.
It never came up. Now there's more talk about the girls. I think the biggest match on the show last night was Becky and Charlotte, right? I know for a fact it was the best match, but the most hyped for so many different reasons.
Well, I got to tell you, my dream match for the girls. I have two. I have two dream match for the women, and one is Ashley against Tessa Blanchard. I don't know if that'll ever come off, but I think that would be a very credible match. And my other one is Ashley against boy, the sun's shining in my feed right now. Is Ashley versus Dr. Britt Baker.
Oh
And and
yeah,
and I think Britt Baker might get her 5-star match if it comes to that.
yeah. There we go. Well, Ashley will rise to the occasion, and I like the doctor. I just know her enough to say hi now, but she's once again a very nice person, and I wish her nothing but the best. I'd love to see all that happen. You know what I mean? Everything, it's in the politics of the business. It's in the hands of two great owners, Tony and Vince. So
Well, I
hopefully
think
something can happen.
I don't know if that door will ever not be forbidden, that particular door.